would like to introduce to you tonight with his show, Mr. Chris Kehler.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Bob, Holly, how are you, my friends?
Hey, you know, we're starting a little late here tonight, only because there was a shooting here in Florida.
So I just heard from you, yes.
Yeah, and we have RSS lines and that are coming in here too. So I'm trying to switch things over to get your show on there, and it's like and phone calls have been coming through for the last 15 minutes. So I hope you're ready.
Oh, we're born ready, Bob. We do have a healing show. Our lovely guest host, Ms. Holly, is here. How are you, my dear? Hello.
Can you hear me?
There you are.
Oh man, I had to take my headphones off. I don't know what is that. My computer got majorly hacked today.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. I've been having all kinds of weird stuff. With Netflix, weird stuff is going on. There's all kinds of weird electrical stuff happening.
Yeah, absolutely. But other than that, I'm great. I was at the Conscious Life Expo in LA over the weekend.
I saw some of the photos. How was that?
It was amazing. It was they had some amazing speakers there. It was great. Like, I don't really go around to the booths so much. I'm more into the speakers. Nassim Haramein was there. David Adair. They had a great space panel with Linda Moulton Howe. It was wonderful.
Why can't a lot of these things be a lot closer to Winnipeg? Let me tell you. I'd love to attend some of these things, but Winnipeg is so far away.
I know. Well, there's these great things called airplanes.
Yeah, but isn't that like artificial intelligence or something? Don't they take your brain away when you get on an airplane?
You can also use a laptop if you know somebody there.
Yeah. I'm just being silly. I've had an amazing week so far in the office in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. All kinds of interesting new stuff coming out. Now, tonight is a healing show.
We have everybody sitting here waiting for you. So just go ahead and say whatever you're going to say, and then we'll go right over to the callers.
Wow. Okay, so a lot of the new stuff coming up, we're getting a lot deeper into the concept of witchcraft and the casting of spells and the casting of the negative energy. It's getting to a much, much deeper level, getting into the grids. Our causal grids, all these different grids are coming up, and I'm being told to work in the grid areas. Something interesting was brought to me the other day. I was sitting having about 15 glasses of wine with a friend, and he mentioned something about his constitution. I'm like, what the heck do you mean by that? He says, oh, the constitution of your health, your constitution. I says, that sounds kind of interesting. So I wrote it down on the charts, and sure enough, it's coming up like crazy. So a lot of new aspects and ways to look at things have been coming up, and it's really interesting. The RFID chip within us, we can now remove it. So I've been going after those. So a lot of people getting abducted, a lot of poking and prodding going on within people were able to stop that. So it's been interesting to say the least, and just again onward and upward and getting much deeper and deeper into the concept of the witchcraft spells that are placed upon us, voodoo spells, all these negative thoughts that come our way and create all of these issues. Holly, what have you been finding lately?
You know, it seems like the entities in all forms are just coming out. You know, we work a little bit differently, but I have had just so many entities attached to people, and just the ones wrapping around the spine and bringing a lot of stuff up from the ancestral aspects. And, you know, and I also have a lot of people coming to me thinking that they're under mind control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, those astral projections that come in that control our thoughts of doing this and doing that have been a very big thing. There's a lot of stuff that people talk about that is a little over the top, a little bit over exaggerated possibly, but there is a lot of validity. And of course, again, proof in the pudding that you remove certain things from people, you make that intent to remove these certain energies, and people do feel a difference and get a lot better. Today I was working with a client who we've done about 3 sessions, no movement, nothing. And then I found witchcraft runes within her. When I removed those, that opened up the whole ball of wax. It really got things going. So you find the right thing, the right energy being used against that person, and boom, there it is. The demiurge has been frequent also. So we're getting rid of a lot of those dark energies that are plaguing humanity, turning us into Plato. Something I found today you might want to consider, Holly, and anybody else listening who does energy healing. We always face a lot of people who are very empathic, who feel and take on everything around them.
Absolutely.
What I found is if you change the empathic response to the subconscious instead of the source self or the soul, it smooths things out very nicely. So you can absorb it, but you're not going to be living it. You're not going to be feeling it and have it knock it on your butt. So if you change that sensitivity to the subconscious, it's a lot better.
That actually makes a lot of sense. That's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, so anybody who practices energy, if you're empathic and you're getting tired of getting bombarded by other people's stuff, just change your sensitivity to your subconscious, and that's all that needs to be done. Go into your settings program and reset yourself.
I was going to say change channels.
Change channels.
Yeah, that'll do it. Area code 631. Who's on the line?
Hey, it's Joan, me.
All righty.
Hi, Joan, me. What can we do for you today?
Chris, it's been a long time since we had a session. They're just like looting all my money and everything like that. I'm calling for my daughter because her health, and I think they're trying to kill her.
Okay, what's your daughter's name?
Her name is Dawn Pierce, and they've been after her for a very long time. I'll give you a quick rundown.
Please.
She's got a pancreas problem, allergies, and she had 4 major operations in her legs, in intensive care for 12 weeks, and because she was in a car accident. They were driving drunk, and her best friend died in her arms. So she's now in prison, and they're looting her in prison, and she has nightmares, and she don't feel good, and they got crappy food there, So, she was in the military for 2 years. She's only 23 years old. I think she's got like witchcraft chips, entities, astral parasites,
and stuff.
Aliens and reptilians and shit like that. I think she's loaded with shit.
Okay, let's have a look at Dawn, see if we can help her out a little bit. I mean, that is a tall order. Holly, what do you feel?
I know. I mean, they had her on morphine for pain and let her drive a car. I mean, is that stupid?
Yeah. What are you feeling, Holly?
Yeah.
I feel like there's something tied to the military with this.
Yeah, that's what I see also.
There's something having to do with the military. Like, she witnessed something she wasn't supposed to. She got information she wasn't supposed to. Now she's under attack.
Okay, let's see. What is the first thing we need to
No. A while ago, I went to a metaphysician, and she calls it a different name, but she called it a goo. And she wanted to see how much goo I had on me. So to make the long story short, she says, holy shit, you got like the worst goo I've ever seen. Who's the woman, she said. Who's the woman? I was like, I don't have any friends to have any enemies. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't know who the woman is, I'm thinking, oh, well, the only one I know is once my daughter turned 13, she turned against me. So I was like, I guess it's my daughter. So she says, you're right. This is it. So what we did, metaphysically, and that was it. Like the next day, she showed up looking around the house like, what the hell happened? Because the spell was like removed from her. She was removed from that. And then she ran into the bathroom. I don't know what she did for a minute, and then she ran out of here, got in the car, and drove like a bat out of hell. It was like, no, you can't get back. You've been removed. And after that, things got really worse for her. But she could have been chipped. She could have been just not complying with what they wanted. Like, she was only supposed to be there a year. She ended up staying 2 years. Some guy over there. I don't know.
All right, let's start moving some energy. Let's start helping her a little bit here, okay? First of all, within Dawn's source self, all RFID chips false. Remove any and all RFID implants and chips from Dawn. RFID implants, RFID chips, false.
Because,
Remove
they
and
don't
lift
inject
all
them
of the
anymore. They spray the shit up your
RFID
nose.
chips and implants from Dawn, please. RFID chips and implants, false. There's a big one there. Lift,
Yeah,
the
my third eye is
military
trying to, like, pop or something.
RFID implants and chips from Dawn. There we go. RFID implants and chips. RFID implants and chips from vaccinations. False. Military vaccination RFID chips. Okay, that's lifted. Now, what we're going to do is revoke any and all permission given by Dawn for gray aliens to do experiments and experimentation. Revoke all permission given for evasive experiments. Revoke all permission. Because of, especially if you live in the States, the government has given permission on your behalf.
Right, yeah. I guess so,
Dwight D. Eisenhower, that wonderful man, gave everybody permission to come in and have at us. Okay, so we moved the permission, revoked permission, remove the RFID chip. What problem now within Dawn, please?
Pancreas, she said.
Yeah. Okay, now let's see. The problem is within her, within the pancreas is stressor of crash. Okay, so she damaged her pancreas in the car crash. Okay. Dawn's pancreas. Dawn's pancreas, true. Dawn's pancreas, true. Dawn's pancreas, true. Pancreas, true. Now, repair and restore Dawn's pancreas, please. The repair and restoration of Dawn's pancreas, true. Repair and restoration of Dawn's pancreas, true. Repair and restoration of the pancreas, true. Holly, what are you feeling in the pancreas?
Heat, a lot of heat and pain.
Okay.
Like a lot of inflammation, not sharp pain, like inflammation.
Okay. Okay. What is causing congestion within Dawn's pancreas? What is causing congestion within the pancreas? What is causing congestion, please, within Dawn's pancreas? Okay. Dawn's pancreas, low-level microwaves, false. All low-level microwaves from Dawn's pancreas, false. Low-level microwaves, false. Deflect all low-level microwaves from Dawn's pancreas. Low-level microwaves, false. Okay. How does that feel now, Holly?
It's almost like that same energy dropped below the pancreas, like it moved.
Ooh, something's moving. Something is afoot. Okay, what problem do we need to work on within Dawn, please?
She got out of the 4 operations on her legs, and she's got braces on. She's 2 inches taller than when she went in. So she's probably still trying to repair from that. And the little motherfucker said that they don't know if she'll be able to walk because she had to go through learning how to walk all over again.
Okay, now within Dawn's pancreas, gray alien vermin, false. Cast out and remove all gray alien vermin from Dawn's entire body. Gray alien vermin, because that's what they are. But it's Valentine's Day, so we'll send them love. All gray aliens within Dawn's entire body leave into ether. Leave into ether. Okay, now, Holly, what does that feel like?
It's weird, Chris. It's almost like every time you chase it, it drops lower.
Okay, now let's do this. Within Dawn, all second dimension grids, false. Second dimension grids, false. Remove all second dimension grids from Dawn. Second dimension grids, false.
Now it's lifting.
Yeah, there we go. So they're working in the second dimension on her. Okay. Now any and all satanic, demonic grids, false. Lift all satanic, demonic grids. Satanic, demonic grids, false. Completely lift all satanic, demonic grids from Dawn. Dawn's source self, all selves. Satanic, demonic grids, false. Satanic, demonic grids are lifted. What else do you see, Holly?
It felt like that was attached into the thoracic part of the back, and when you removed it, it lifted out.
Nice. Now, we've been getting a lot of that lately, too, attachments.
She also has a big lump on the back of her spine, in the middle of her back. I guess it's around the heart area in the back. There's a big lump, and they didn't want to operate because this happened prior to the accident. This was when she was in the military. She wasn't really fit to go in there, and they took her anyway.
Okay.
She just had flu symptoms, and she was in, I guess the hospital in there for like 2 days over the weekend because she had flu symptoms. She said that she don't like to go out in the cold because the cold affects her legs with the metal inside. So I don't know if she got it from the chemtrails or not. I don't know.
Okay, what stressor do we need to remove from Dawn, please? What stressor do we now need to remove from Dawn? Let's do one more here and see if it can get to the right level. Okay, what stressor do we need to remove from Dawn's entire body, please? What stressor within the entire body? Okay, here we go. What stressor do we need to remove from Dawn's entire... Okay, let's get rid of these guys. From Dawn's entire body, the demiurge, false. Get out of the way, Holly. Here they come. Demiurge, false. Cut all cords and connections with the demiurge and Dawn's entire body. Send the demiurge into ether. Demiurge, false. Demiurge, false. From Dawn's entire body. Here we go. Now, what lifted there, Holly?
I felt a lot of stirring behind my second chakra, but as soon as you brought up the satanic grids, I can't stop yawning. It's like it's trying to release.
Oh, yes. That's within everybody, Right now, that's within everybody. Those grids are pretty strong.
Yeah, she was asking for a book called The Super Soldiers, and I just told her I didn't have the money for that. I really didn't want to promote that, use her energy and thoughts on that kind of thing. One of her license plates was 007, so, all this kind of shit that they're using her,
This is a very deep, dark problem that's going to take quite a while to really get to the nuts and bolts of it. But what we did for her today should certainly help her feel better and to get her head out of that darkness, okay?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Have yourself a wonderful day now.
Thank you. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day.
We love you
Thank
too.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The whole concept of the demiurge, the demigods, the god wannabes, all those, yahoos, I call them, they're deep within us. All these connections to the dark forces, the Ars Notoria, Lesser Key of Solomon, all of these curses and spells that have been plaguing humanity for thousands of years, basically, are all starting to come up. They're all starting to be noticed. And I've done lots of research on all this stuff. And you find it all, you put it in the chart system, but you can't get to it until certain shifts happen on the planet. And because we are going into this wonderful thing of ascension and all of this shifts that are happening, it is opening the doors to get rid of all this stuff. So we can finally identify it now and get rid of it. As I said before, if you go hunting and there's a deer behind that tree, but you can't shoot it because there's a tree there, you either have to wait till the deer moves or the tree moves. So now the trees, all the veils are being lifted out of the way so we can actually see it and get rid of things. And it's been making my life a lot easier. Let's do one more, Bob.
You don't have one. So
my goodness.
I think
I won't take that personally.
Now, wait a minute. I think you're healing too many people all at the same time. They're just dropping out. I mean, just like your last caller just said, Ned. He was healed 2 callers ago. I mean, the energy that comes out of
what's happening. You're sitting out that intent everywhere, and all of a sudden everybody's feeling it.
The energy that comes through here, you are directly connected right into the people that are talking on the other screen. There's a direct, it bypasses me right into them. So when you're talking, it's just like having one guy on one phone or one can, one string, and one can. So you're literally, your energy is going directly to them.
I like that. It makes my life a lot easier.
Oh, yeah. My crazy friend set us up like that a long time ago. He said, if you're going to do a show like this, this is what we have to do. Smart guy.
I could feel a lot of different movement going on, Chris. Like there were several different things happening. I'm almost wondering, they weren't super strong, but there were several different sensations. And I'm almost wondering if I was picking up on what some of the other callers were receiving that weren't directly working with you.
Yeah, quite possible about that for sure.
Suzuki just left you a message. She said a lot of people are doing stuff today for Valentine's Day. That's why there's not a lot of people on here. They're just celebrating.
Everybody's getting it on, man.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It's easy. Holly's
Chucky's one of my people. She's an awesome person. I just love her to death.
Camellia wants to know what you're doing for Valentine's Day.
What am I doing?
Right.
Well, you know what? My wife and I really don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Not that we don't worship the pagan rituals or nothing, but we just feel Valentine's Day should be every day. So, we're gonna sit and cuddle like always. We're gonna watch a little bit of TV tonight once the kids get into bed. The kids take up all our time. They're 6 and 4. They take up all of our time.
I think it's got to be a 10 kiss day. It's a have to do. Like they get out of bed, kiss them. They come out they go to make breakfast, kiss them. They get finished with breakfast, kiss them. They got their hands in they got their hands in the washer, in a dishwasher or something like that. Kiss them, because they can't do anything with the dish and they got their hands in the water.
Holly, did your husband buy you some flowers?
There's a gift bag on the counter, but I'll wait till he gets home.
That's a good idea.
But it's probably not like flowers or chocolate. It's probably like a bike chain or derailleurs or something.
I want me a new kick pedal for my drums. That's what I want. I discovered these new ones. Now, of course, I'm all about energy, and I'm always looking for new toys to put on my hobby, my drum set. And I found this kick pedal. It's from a company called Drumnetics, and it's all works with magnets. Instead of a spring holding the pedal up. It's a magnet that repels the footboard so that when you hit it, it's a nice natural movement. So I saw that and was like, I got to have that. It's magnetic. Got me written all over it. So that's where I am going. That's what I want for my Valentine's Day.
That sounds really cool, actually. My husband used to play drums. He had a huge set.
It's an expensive hobby. It's as expensive as you want it to be. But boy, can you release some frustration on those things.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know, can I throw in something that's in the chat room?
Sure.
This is about microplasma. I think you were talking about that before.
Mycoplasma.
Right. It says it's not really a fungus. It's not really a bacteria. It's not really a virus. It has no cell wall. It goes deep into the cell nuclei, thereby making it very difficult to mount an immune response against it. It's a man-made biological weapon. The patent report explains how it causes chronic upper respiratory infections that are virtually identical to what's going on right now. Chemtrails destroy your immune functions.
What I find a lot with mycoplasma is a lot of it in our microbiome. So instead of having the right bacteria, the probiotics for digestion, we have a lot of that stuff, and then we don't digest properly, thus creating autoimmune because you got a lot of globules of proteins floating around your body that are undigested, and then the vicious cycle begins. So that's one thing I've been moving the mycoplasma out of people's gut and their microbiome, and also out of the methylation cycle, our body's ability to detox chemically, etc. So I've been finding it a lot within there.
Well, that makes sense, and especially with all the GMOs tearing up our guts and creating micro holes.
Oh yeah,
it's a huge catalyst for letting the little food particles get into our bloodstream, and that creates a really acidic system too.
Creates the acidity, it creates the immune response, all that stuff. It starts to come forward.
And it attacks the joints and causes fibromyalgia.
Oh, here's another big one I've been finding. Nitrogen gas bubbles. Okay. A lot of people with pitting edema, joint problems, a few other things I found it in. But if there's abduction happening within you, if you go through a lot of sleep paralysis, what they do is they'll inject you etherically with strontium and nitrogen gases to create the sleep paralysis. And then this nitrogen gases, it starts to, if you feel like there are bugs crawling under your skin, much like Morgellons might do, that can be nitrogen gases. If you're suffering seizures, could be nitrogen gases. You go onto YouTube and you look up decompression sickness, which is the expansion of these nitrogen gases, and you'll see a lot of symptoms, or a lot of people go, yep, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. So I've been looking for that a lot, especially in central nervous system, a lot of it. So moving that out has been making a big difference for people. It's discovering a lot of things that are going on at certain levels, but taking them to the next level. I mean, for a lot of people who, when the weather changes, they get sore foot. Okay, so a lot of people can tell when it's going to rain. Oh, my foot is sore, it's going to rain. That's the barometric pressure changing. So the pressure, the atmospheric conditions are changing, creating a swelling or a blow up of that nitrogen gas bubble.
You know, that's really interesting that you say that, because Saturday night, now I was in LA, and it felt like my whole nervous system was on fire. It wasn't painful, but it was like electrified, and I'd never experienced that before. I don't know what that was from. I know that I've gone out of my body before. I think I've been abducted before, but this was very different from what I ever remember experiencing before.
Let's find out what that was now, shall we?
I guess so. I guess.
Yeah. Well, we're sitting right here. I might as well have a look. What problem within Holly, please? Problem is the growth of the brainstem. So your brainstem was swelling.
Oh.
Okay. Holly's brainstem swelling, false. Holly's brainstem swelling, false. Return Holly's brainstem to its normal size, shape, and position, please. Return the brainstem to its normal size, shape, and position. Holly's brainstem, true. Brainstem, true. Now, you see how easy that is?
I wonder what would cause that.
Well, let's have a look. Ask and you shall receive, right? Okay.
I guess so.
What caused the swelling of Holly's brainstem? And the swelling was caused by reptilians. Okay, that was reptilians leaving. Leaving, yeah. Yep. Reptilians leaving. They are leaving at an alarming rate, and a lot of people are freaking out because of it.
Wow.
They're leaving kicking and screaming.
They should be. There's just no room for them.
Have an emergency case for you that needs to be answered. Okay, who's that, Bob?
All right. Gay, you're on.
Hello there.
What can we do for you, Gay? We got
Can you
about
hear me?
5-6 minutes. How can I help you?
Well, I'm not an emergency, but actually I do have an appointment with you in April, but since you're online, is there anything you can help me with?
Well, let's see. What problem do we need to work on within Gay, please? Is stressor of, okay, within Gay, any and all RFID chips and implants, false. RFID chips and implants, false. Lift all of the RFID chips and implants. RFID chips and implants, false. RFID chips and implants, false. Okay, now within Gay's causal grids, Valentine special, love, true. Within Gay's causal grids, love, true. Love, true. Love, true. How does that feel, my dear?
Still pretty good. I didn't realize that I had some chips in me.
Pretty much everybody does. Everybody does.
Okay. Do you see any stomach issues? I have Crohn's disease and an aneurysm. Is there anything you can do with that?
What is the problem? What is the problem within Gay? Stomach, intestine issues. Problem is parasite within her. Okay. From the small intestine, all worm parasites, false. Small intestine, worm parasites, false. Gaze, small intestine, roundworm parasites, false. Roundworm parasite.
Ooh, I could feel that.
Yeah.
They do not want to go.
Oh, they're gone. Don't worry.
They're gone, but they did not want to go. I could feel that.
Yeah. Okay. So those are gone now.
You saying that they don't want to leave?
They're gone. They're gone.
Oh,
Now, within Gay's entire digestive system, roundworm parasites, roundworm parasite eggs and larvae and debris, false. Roundworm parasites, eggs, larvae, and debris, false. Beautiful. Now, Gay's entire digestive system, repair and restore the entire digestive system. Repair and restore the entire digestive system. There you go, my dear. Okay, we're going to stop right there. I want to do one quick clearing. Okay, so what? 17 people at that school shooting have passed. My goodness.
Yeah,
when
that's
does it end, Holly? When does it end?
That's our new update.
When does it end?
Yeah, that's so tragic. I mean, you know, my heart goes out to the families. I don't even have words for that.
You know, it's like, oh, another one, right?
Exactly.
Another one. Oh, well, I guess we're just kind of numb to that. So anything can happen now. We're just going to be numb. All right, into the hearts of all the families, love true. Love, compassion, mercy, a blanket of compassion, true. Into the hearts of all the families, blanket of compassion, blanket of mercy, compassion and love, true. That'll help somewhat. Oh my goodness, I couldn't even fathom coming home and finding out that something like that happened to my kids. I mean, it's just...
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
When you got your own kids, things really hit home. It's like, wow, what if that happened to my kids? What would I do? How would I feel?
Yeah.
You know?
It's just crazy.
You think, but until it really happens, I mean, I don't know when it's going to end. I feel like so much of it is by design.
Well, you know what? It has to be. There has to be some kind of protocol in place that's causing these people's switch to flip, and they just go in and do whatever.
On that note.
See,
you knew I was going to say that.
For being on, Holly, thank you so much, Bob, as always. This is Chris Kehler for Quantum View. We are out of here.